everybody, I'm Hannah, and this is my trusty sidekick, Kiva. Come here. And we are going to make a video for you for the Education Eddy. Unfortunately, we're not able to have Cheat Fest in person, but the folks at Friends of the Cheat are doing a fantastic job of doing virtual Cheat Fest, and I just sunk into the mud! So I work with Mountain Watershed Association as their outreach coordinator. Ugh. And one of the cool things that they do is, just like Friends of the Cheat, they're a watershed organization. So up here we have the Indian Creek watershed, which right behind me is Indian Creek. And Indian Creek flows into the Youghiogheny River. So if you've ever been to Ohio, then you have seen the Youghiogheny River. People use it to whitewater raft all the time. Unfortunately, the water's really high today, and we're not going to be able to do the string bug activity that I wanted to do with you. But next time you're down by the creek, one thing I want you to do is to find a place where the water moves swiftly around a bunch of rocks. And find a small rock that you can pick up yourself. Gently lift it up and check out the underneath of it, because there are going to be little bugs under there, and they're going to be so tiny you're going to have to look really close. Ooh, so this is a good spot. You see the water is quickly moving over these rocks, which means that there's more oxygen here. And that's where stream bugs like to hang out, where there's more oxygen. So you carefully flip over a rock, check the underside. I don't see anybody on here. And then you put it back where you found it. These are flat-headed mayflies, and they cling to the undersides of rocks. And you can tell it's a mayfly because it has 3 prongs on its tail. And they're really flat, so they're called flat-headed, but they're not very big. They're really skinny, right? And that way they can cling to the undersides of the rocks and not get swept away. So mayflies have 3 prong tails. And this is a flat-headed mayfly. Whoa! Look at that! And you know what? It's okay if you don't know all of the bugs. You don't have to know all of them by name. What we can do is see them and appreciate that they're here. I'm so excited that I found this next thing. So I'm going to take you on a journey to discover it too. So here we are at the creek, and check this out. So right here, we see that something has been gnawing at this tree. Huh. What do you think it is? It had to be something with big teeth, right? Big sharp teeth that are able to gnaw at some bark. Well, if it was a beaver, there would be bigger bite marks, I think. And it probably would have just taken the whole tree. And we could see where the tree tried to heal itself, right? So there were some bite marks and gnaw marks on this tree before that are older. See where it's kind of smooth? That's the tree trying to heal itself. So the tree is trying to heal its bark over right here, but something was gnawing at it. And oh, look at these teeth marks right here. Looks like something's been chewing away here. And that leads me to believe that this was a porcupine, which is so cool because I have never seen a porcupine. Porcupines are vegetarian. They don't eat meat. They eat twigs and leaves, and they also like the inner bark of trees. Looks like something has been chewing on this recently. These are pretty new pieces. Well, since I have Kiva with me, I'm really glad that we didn't actually see a porcupine, because they have almost 30,000 quills. You know, the spiky things, because you've seen a porcupine, they get scared and they go, and their quills release from their skin, and they can get stuck in animals. Isn't that a really cool defense mechanism, to have a bunch of quills all over your body, and then when something scares you, you go, and then all the quills release. Hey, fun fact. So, have you ever seen a birch tree. So they have these lines that go across the bark. Those are called lenticels. And their bark peels off like this in little strips. You see it kind of rolls back on itself. Well, if you're ever in need to start a fire, but it's wet outside and your fire's not lighting because you don't have dry material, you can start a fire with birch bark. So you can peel off a portion of the birch bark here. And even if this is wet, even if it's raining outside, you can still light it because birch bark contains a lot of oils, and those oils still light even if it's wet. So this is a great fire starter. Now you know. Oh boy, what do we have here? What has big teeth that chews up trees and uses them in dams? Here we see that a bunch of logs and sticks and debris has been caught in the creek. It's actually fast moving right here. And then over there, in that spot, right there, it's really slow. Looks like there's a lot more sticks here than last time. Do you think that somebody came through here with an axe and chopped this wood down to help build this up? I don't know. It doesn't seem like a very nice home for a human. Guys, I'd say we have a beaver here. And maybe more than one beaver. Probably multiple beavers. Probably a whole family of beavers moving into Indian Creek right here. Isn't that so cool? A Louisiana water thrush. Oh my gosh. Louisiana water thrush hang out by streams. And what do they eat? Stream bugs. So you really don't find Louisiana water thrush around dirty streams because there aren't really any bugs in there to eat. There it just went again. Alright, Kiva, let's go show them some other cool things. Oh, whoa! So check this out. This is a really cool spring wildflower. It's one of the first ones to come up. And you'll see these leaves are nice and spotted. And there aren't really other leaves that look like this. And this is trout lily, which is pretty fitting because trout season just started. So you have this tall stem and it droops down, and then there's this beautiful yellow flower. So fun fact about trout lily is that the seeds have a coating on it that ants really, really like. And the ants will bring the seeds back down into their tunnels and feed them to the little baby ants. And they don't eat the full seed, they just eat the coating off of the top of them. And what do they do with the rest of the seed? Well, they put it in the ant landfill. And then what happens in the ant landfill? We grow more trout lilies. So that's how we spread trout lilies all across the forest. Did you know that some patches of trout lily can be up to 300 years old? Oh my gosh, that's so old! One of my favorite things to do is to go down to a sandbank along the creek and see if I can find any footprints of anything stepping here, maybe getting a drink of water. Ooh, I found something. Let me show you. Here we have a footprint. Boop, boop, boop. And you can see that there's holes right here at the ends. It's where the claw was. So what has 3 little fingers like that? There's another one right there. And another one. And another one. Turkeys. Little bird feet and their claws on the end. And this turkey was walking this way. He was walking this way. Oh, and he stopped right there. Here's some more tracks. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 toes. We have claw marks. We have the pad on the bottom. And it's moving this way. Ooh. I think we're getting closer. Haha, it's Kiva. A few weeks ago, I was over here and I started seeing all of these blue jay feathers. And I was looking around and there were a lot more feathers. And then I saw that there were smaller feathers all over this log. And if you peek over the top, Ah, you'll see somebody has a really nice den. I wonder who lives there. Apparently somebody who really likes to eat blue jays. Alright everybody, thanks for hanging out with us today. We really enjoyed going through the woods with you, even if it was only virtually. But I hope you enjoy all the other Education Eddie videos, and I hope you have a very good virtual Cheat Fest. And from the Indian Creek Watershed and Mountain Watershed Association, happy spring!